All right, I think we're ready to get underway. First off, my name is Kiefer Court,
And I'm Abigail Stanger.
and we'd like to welcome you to our 2018 AP Government Candidate Forum. We would like to start by saying thank you to all the candidates for participating, Marshall County Daily for filming, MediaCom, and WKMS for coming, the Benton's Woman Club and Benton Juniorette Club for providing and serving desserts for this evening, and everyone in the audience for coming out.
Tonight's proceedings will go as stated. The order of offices will stick to the order of the pamphlet provided. For each office, the candidates will answer 3 questions. Each candidate is allotted 2 minutes to respond to each question with no rebuttal. The order of these responses has already been decided at random, and in addition, this is not an open mic event, and the only questions asked are the ones provided by the AP Government students.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collins. We are now going to move on to Commonwealth Attorney, and the candidates are Dennis Faust and Mark Blankenship. Mark Blankenship could not be here today, so it's just Dennis Faust.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Faust, for being here.
I want everybody's votes.
All right. Mr. Faust, your first question is, what is the most important to you, the job, justice, or the truth?
The job, justice, or the truth?
Yes, sir.
The job probably is the least important. Justice and truth are equally important. As having been judge in Marshall and Callaway counties from 1997 until 2015, I always tried to make sure that justice was dispensed through our court system. I guess I ought to be looking in this direction. But truth is equally important. You can't have justice without getting the truth. If you are able to get the truth, then justice will take care of itself. Now, I realize that sometimes the court system creates bad results. One of the reasons that I wanted to get back into the system is I see things that I think aren't happening that need to happen. And part of that is having, as Commonwealth's attorney, making sure that cases are properly investigated and that they are prosecuted in an appropriate manner. Consistency is so important. As judge, I always tried, if 2 people were similarly situated, it didn't make any difference as to who they were, where they came from, but in similar situations, they need to be treated the same. As Commonwealth's attorney, I will prosecute in such a way that we will treat all people fairly. We will be seeking justice, but I think, again, justice and truth do come in together, hand in hand, and they're equally important. And I'm out of time on that question.
Thank you for that, sir. Our next question is, what are the problems that you wish to solve to better our state in your role as Commonwealth Attorney, and how do you plan to solve them?
Okay. I wish I could say there was one problem that I was seeking to solve. That's not the case. There are multiple problems. In looking at our court system, there are numerous things that we have to address. We have a substance abuse problem. It needs to be addressed. Now, it's simple to say, oh, we're going to attack the drug abuse system or the drug abuse problem. We need more treatment facilities. There's no question about that. By the same token, as a prosecutor, I have to look at prosecuting the source of substance abuse issues. We have to treat that. That is as much of a problem as the side where we have addicts. Do I think that by incarcerating addicts that we are going to solve all of our problems? No, the answer to that is no. We have good people who get on a bad path. It's a path of self-destruction. We need to help those people, and we need to have policies in place where we can help those people. By the same token, we have to enforce the laws that we have with respect to those who are providing illegal drugs, things of that nature. But that's only one small part of the areas that I wish to address. If I'm elected Commonwealth's attorney, I will be going forward with what I call my PRIME initiative. It's entitled Preparation, Restoration, Innovation, Motivation, and Education. You can see more about that on my website, DennisFaust.com, where I have explained that. It's something that I take seriously, and I have a plan to address all of our problems.
Thank you, Mr. Faust. Your third and final question is, what challenges do you expect to face most often if you were to become Commonwealth Attorney?
Oh, the challenges are immense. The challenges are daily. They start with the fact that I barely got into the issues that I want to deal with, starting with substance abuse. That's just one small part. One small part. I was looking online this evening, and I saw where a person had been charged with child abuse, third offense, and there were people commenting on Facebook that not only would they like to dispense frontier justice toward that individual, but they were asking questions about, well, what did the judges do? Well, having been a former judge and being a retired judge, I also looked at the article and saw that the judges did what they were set to do, which is they sentenced that person to prison. They were either paroled or ultimately probated. But the challenges in this job come from the fact there are so many areas that have to be addressed. The number of cases that we're having, crime is going up. So we're going to have to be more efficient. We're going to have to be innovative. Those are the challenges that I see. It's very simple. There's a whole lot being thrown at the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and I feel like I can handle that. Again, by using innovative methods, by educating, helping our law enforcement officers, knowing what they need to do. It's a simple fact that we have to let everybody know what's going on. If we can educate and also motivate people to do what they need to do, and it starts with me, I'll be hands-on.
Thank you, Mr. Faust. Now we will be moving on to the position of coroner.
I would like to thank the AP Government class for putting this forum on.
Thank you, sir. Includes our last position for our candidate forum today. We would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We'd like to thank the library for letting us use their meeting room, the Benton Women's Club and the Juniorettes they've provided desserts and refreshments. You're allowed to take them with you if you'd like to. The remaining candidates that we have will be here tomorrow night, and those are candidates running for Benton City Council, County Attorney, State Representative of District 6, and State Senate District 2. And that will start at 6 p.m. And we'd also like to thank Miss Susanna French and Mr. Danny Holt